democracy in the West isn't like it used to be in the past. And I'm going to give you a set of events that's happened over the few years to make you recognize the possibility of where the West is headed in a couple of years. First of all, did you know that on March of 2023, the UK Parliament passed a law to introduce nationwide buffer zones, which is actually called the Safe Access Zone, taking effect in October 2024. And I need you to pay attention to the details of this law. The law stipulates that if you live or work or travel around 150 meters of a clinic, specifically an abortion clinic in the UK, which is in England and Wales, you cannot pray. You cannot pray for yourself or pray for anyone within that radius. This includes praying in your head whilst you are within 150 radius around an abortion clinic. Ladies and gentlemen, this 2023 law in the UK therefore makes it a criminal offense to pray in that radius. The law in itself doesn't ban prayer in the whole of UK, but it makes it an offense to influence or deter someone from accessing abortion service within that zone. Which means once a lady decides to get an abortion and enters within 150 meters of an abortion clinic, you cannot advise or caution or pray for that person or even for yourself, even if the person is your direct relative. Ladies and gentlemen, this is beginning to look like a communist system for someone like me who used to live in China. It is in a communist system you see or hear of such laws enacted. What happened to free speech and expression in the UK? What happened to the democracy of the UK, ladies and gentlemen? Because for every country that became strict in its free speech laws and laws against freedoms of expression, it started off like this, where pockets of laws were enacted in certain places and institutions. And before you know it, the entire country has fallen to a communist regime.